Welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year. Happy 2026, everybody.
Happy 2026.
We're back at it again. Today, we're continuing with some stuff we were doing a week or two ago. We were working on some cuttings, trying to root some cuttings. We got some different stuff. We'll update you guys on what everything is in another video or on the back side of this video. I don't know yet. But anyways, this is the stuff we're using. We've got all of our cuttings over here. We got some grapevines. We got some pecans, some peach, some whole bunch of different stuff. But the idea really started from the grapevines, and since they're dormant, trying to get some cuttings off of them to start some new plants. But we've got all of this stuff over here. We've got our organic seed starting mix, which is coconut coir. We've got some of that in here too. Some freshly made hot water, and mix that up. So the original mix is just this by itself. And you mix this with some Mykos. I think we'll talk about it before. The stuff that gets your roots going strong. But before you put that in there, you have to take the root cutting itself, dip it in some hormone powder, and then you get to put that in one of these and you'll be good to go. So that's what we're doing today, but we're actually trying out a different mixture. The original mixture was just the coconut coir by itself. Last time we tried to use a mix of peat moss and perlite. And this time we're going to try something that good old ChatGPT said. He said mix some vermiculite with the perlite. The perlite sheds water. The vermiculite holds water. So if you put both of these together, you got a nice little combo going on with the base of the coconut coir. So that's what we're about to try today. And we're going to try to get as many done as we can. We've already got some done over there. Over there. We got a couple done right here. Right here. But we're going to try to get these done over here.
A quick question.
Yeah.
For my audience people, because it's probably someone out there asking. You show both of these.
Mm-hmm.
Well, is there a difference between the two?
Yes, there is a difference between the two. So there's actually like 4 of these, but the ones we got were these two. This is number 3 and this is number 8. This one says it's for moderately easy to root plants. And it's talking about blueberries, fig. We got some fig over here, money tree, pear, palm tree, rose, a lot of different trees like that. And then this one says for moderately difficult to woody plants. And so it's got grape, tomato, cherry, maple, oak, orange, pine, lemon. So your more harder plants that are hard to root. And these actually help stimulate the root growth inside the cutting. And so that way, once you put it in, it'll help stimulate that root growth.
All right, cool. So before we hit the time lapse, because that's about to happen real soon, like very soon. Let's show the people, I guess, how we're gonna do this.
So what's the whole process? The first step.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me just see if I can just grab just a random one. Come over here. Here's a random one. This is pecan cutting. And so what the process would be is I would take this pecan cutting. I've already got it cut down here on the end. But I would take, I don't even know where we put it. We'll put those balls at right here. I would take some of this, pour some of this in this little cup right here just to keep it from contaminating this bottle. I don't want to stick the cutting into this bottle. I don't want to contaminate this. Pour some of this in there. Once I do that, I'll take this root cutting and I'll kind of swish it in between the powder that's in here. I'll take the pre-labeled container that we have. This is not the correct one. This says plum, but I'm just showing you guys the process.
You got plum?
Yes, yeah, we do. Okay. So we'll take one of these, get some coconut coir, put that in the bottom of it, get this mixture, put this mixture on top, mix some of this inside of that soil too to help those roots come out when they first come out. Then I will stick this down in there, make sure it's slightly packed in. We try to put between 2 and 4 in here, depending on how big they are, depending on how wide the stem of it is. So if they're about medium sized, then we'll try to put one in each corner. But if it's the bigger size ones, then we'll try to put two and just put two in each corner like that. Once we put them in, then we've got a nice little container that we're going to sit them in, away from indirect sunlight, with just a little bit of warmth coming from our heater over there. And that's about it. Let them sit for a couple months. We'll come check on them, make sure they're moisturized. And after a couple months, we should be able to tug on them, pull them, feel a little bit of resistance, and they should have a nice little set of roots coming out from the bottom, hopefully. And that'll be it. So I guess you guys will be seeing a time lapse from once we get started. So stay tuned. Doing it slowly so y'all can see something. Right on the top of these cuttings, there's a little bit of mold growth going on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip this so it doesn't affect it, and that way it's a fresh cut at the top, and that way it'll seal healthily and that won't affect this trying to root. All right, so didn't know our camera died, but we finished it, and these are all the cuttings that we end up with. We got muscadine starting on the right, and all the other different grapes, and then our trees over here towards the left. I'm going to let these sit in this room for a couple of months, and we'll come back and check on them and see if they got roots.